We're going to move on. We're going to go straight from Disney into Podluck. Sorry, guys. That's what we're doing right now. This picture really is. Can you? I know you closed out the article. Can you see this, Dane? Can you see this?
Can.
I literally stopped this topic. I was going to save this thing for Tuesday, and I literally moved it for you.
Wonder why?
So, because I know that you have a deep love and affection for Pete Davidson. I know that he's like your favorite person.
Can I say I was indifferent of the man until I started like
hurting Kanye,
weekly co-hosting here, but then he got against my boy.
Yes, and that is a problem. So, but here's the problem. In the world of heroes and villains, he is very clearly supposed to be. If you're a Kanye fan, he is the villain. We're not saying he is. I'm saying if you're a Kanye fan, you're going to see him as a villain. But he keeps winning. He keeps winning. And it says Pete Davidson gets Blue Origin flight launch date. Fellow passengers announced too. So all this time,
how Sway? How?
Oh wow, that was a
was loud.
That was a deep.
How Sway?
Yeah, that's I haven't heard that since I used to watch The Amazing Lucas on YouTube. Okay, so just imagine for a sec that you're Kanye and you're in this custody battle, and now they've said they're doing informal custody, and she's dating this guy that you just can't stand. Now, I'm not saying you should like him or hate him, but it's clear that Kanye can't stand this guy, and then he just keeps winning. Like, imagine, like, okay, Kanye, like, and he sits down, he opens up a website or TMZ, or most likely he gets a text message from someone. He's like, Pete Davidson's going to space? What the frick? How is that possible?
I don't know. Thanks to the science of a penis rocket.
Yes,
Pete Davidson.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just like they used his. Pete Davidson's just that big, and they used him as the model for this rocket, and now he's getting his free flight on the space shuttle.
Maybe. Because
he's the model for it. So it says Pete Davidson is officially taking off, and not just in his celebrity status, but into space as well. Because now he's got a launch date for the next manned flight that Jeff Bezos sends up in the air, and he's learned from his fellow passengers will be as well. I forgot that Bezos was the one who like I kept thinking that he was just one of the people that went up. But is this like is like Blue Origin? Is that like his company?
I think so.
So can you look that up?
Yeah,
who owns? I didn't know that. Like for some reason, I thought Bezos was just like one of those first people that went up, but I was apparently wrong.
I think he owns it.
Okay, so he owns it. Like I imagine, like him and Musk. Just sending their own man.
Yeah,
Musk
definitely.
sends only cool people up into space, and Bezos sends dorks and the owner of Party City. So it says the announcement was.
I like that you made a distinction between dorks and the owner of Party City because Party City is kind of cool.
I'm sure the Party City dude's pretty sweet.
I bet.
So basically, Jeff Bezos made Blue Origins 2 years before SpaceX came out.
Oh, okay, okay. So he was the originator.
Yeah.
He's like, Musk is biting my style. All right. So the announcement was made Monday. Pete's going to be joining 5 others on the forthcoming mission, which is scheduled to hit the skies and beyond on March 23rd. That's next Wednesday. It's out in Texas. It's Blue Origin's 4th human flight. As far as who else is going, all of whom are paying customers, by the way, so he is paying at least. I mean, it would be nice it would be hilarious to find out if, like, he literally was, like, he helped design the rocket. Pete Davidson is literally a rocket scientist in disguise. And this is his free flight.
Or maybe the spaceship will explode before launching.
Let's hope not. I don't want anything bad to happen to the guy. I just want to rag on him a little bit because he gets hot women and nobody understands how.
Well, Dane was explaining that he was watching a video of a rocket exploding before it launched off.
Oh my god, dude!
When was that?
I was like in middle school and I had like science class.
Oh,
and there was like
I don't remember this. Was that like a Challenger? I heard somebody talking about the Challenger.
I don't remember. It was a Challenger. It was full of teachers and things. And everyone was excited about it.
What?
I think it was full of teachers. That's what I remember about it. And I'm just like, everyone's like, it's cool. Like they wheel in a TV so we can see it live. It just
so they made
up.
like a big deal about it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have happened at my school, and I don't remember it.
It goes and essentially like in my school, it's like, hey kids, you can do this too. It's like boom, and it blows up.
And nobody was like, I don't want to do this.
And then they wheel on the TV. It's like, okay, back to science class. Like, okay.
They're like, so what you're saying is don't be a scientist? I'm getting mixed messages here.
And that's why I'm in marketing. Yeah. Essentially, is what
I think so. What you're saying is that I should work in technology, but technology a little bit closer to home.
Right.
So it says, as far as who else is going, all of whom are paying customers, Pete will be joined by Party America CEO Marty Allen. Yes, we love Party City here. I have strong opinions about Party City. Hubby and wife duo Sharon and Mark Hagel. I don't know who that is.
Jim Kitchen.
Jim Kitchen, he's an entrepreneur, and Command Space Technologies president, Dr. George Neal. And of course, there's Pete. I love how everybody else is kind of like an entrepreneur, a scientist, a CEO, and then Pete Davidson.
Oh,
Why not, right?
so Jim Kitchen is actually a professor.
Of what does it say?
Let's see.
So I just love that. I want to know what the roundtable discussions between a
basically-
bunch of thinkers.
So basically, he's a professor at UNC. And what does he teach?
Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos could probably like talk to absolutely anyone in the universe he wants.
Business school and 5-time entrepreneur.
Okay, so it's a bunch of entrepreneurs, a scientist, a CEO, and then Pete Davidson. Like, is he the party clown?
Apparently, but it's like this guy can literally do anything with anyone at any time.
Yeah.
And what he's chosen to do is send the Party City guy and Pete Davidson to space.
That's hilarious.
Can I get fact check? Is that what's happening?
That's what's happening
right now.
That's what's happening. So I just love that. Like, so my guess is like there's a lot of CEOs in the world. There's got to be like, did that guy just have like something on Bezos? Did he just make a lot? Does he have that much money that he could make the next biggest offer? Like, I'm guessing that these people are bidding for these seats. Like, it's not a flat rate. This isn't a movie theater.
Let me search it up.
There's got to be like
we can buy it.
Yes,
send me to space.
Yes, send Dane to space with Pete Davidson.
That'd be great.
And so it says
That'd be actually great.
So it says so him and Kim met with that was the article that we found back here. This was an old article that we somehow missed. It says Pete Davidson, real life space cadet, and then look at this Photoshop of him in a spacesuit.
What if me and Pete Davidson actually become best friends?
That's totally, dude. I could buy it. That's the fan fiction I would write, my friend.
We just hang out in space.
See, I think this is all a ploy. I think Kanye is going to be the surprise guest, and they're going to have to work out their differences in space.
Basically, you can reserve. So if you go to Blue Origin,
Space therapy.
Space therapy. That's a true rich person therapy. Is therapy that happens in space.
Now, Kanye, tell Pete how he makes you feel.
It just feels bad, man. It just feels bad.
This
I
is
don't like
dumb.
No, it's not. This is awesome.
Okay, but yeah, if you go to their website, blueorigin.com, and you click reserve seat, it says you can start your journey by filling out the following information, and you fill out your first, last name,
But does
email.
it give a price?
Nope.
Google, see if you can find a price on Google. I'm just curious. I want to know.
Yeah, my birthday's coming
basically, if you say by providing your information here, you'll receive early access to pricing informations and tickets when we have an open, like an opening, basically. So you have to put your information just in case if you want a seat.
How much is a flight on Blue Origin? Blue Origin has declined to publicly state a price for tickets for a new flight. The company is nearing $100 million in sales so far. So you could like extrapolate from there, I'm sure, somewhat.
Okay, fine. Let's search SpaceX.
Well, no, here. What a ticket on Bezos' rocket will cost you. Possibly less than you think. This is a Slate article from last year. Bezos and 3 other passengers spent roughly 10 minutes Tuesday morning flying on a round trip to space in the New Shepard, a rocket ship built by the billionaire's aerospace company Blue Origin. The New Shepard took off at 9:12 a.m. from its launch site near Van Horn, Texas, and flew above the Kármán line, a boundary 100 kilometers above the ground. I want to find a price on here. Give me a price. Ooh, so.
Well, if you want like a comparison for SpaceX for one seat, it's $55 million.
Okay. So it says an anonymous bidder won it in auction in June for $28 million. So at least $28 million.
So Dane,
we've got I've got
up?
$28 million. If you want, you can borrow it, and I'll send you up there to join
Thanks.
Pete Davidson on SpaceX. Would
It's
you
gonna
like
take
to?
me a while to pay it back.
I have a flexible payment plan that you can use. Is that cool?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. We'll just do that then.
and
I'm gonna take my ticket and give it to Ye.
And then send them together.
He's like,
and
hey
then
Kanye, you don't know me, but think of space.
yes. Well,
Pete
Kanye,
Davidson, and no one can hear
it's like scalp. No, Kanye.
his screams.
No, you double the price to charge Kanye so Kanye can go with him. It's like a scalper's ticket.
I don't want to
No,
scalp Kanye.
Kanye's been through enough already.
Right?
He's
maybe
got the money.
maybe just make a cool million, just a million.
Yeah, well, so I'm not saying you got. I'm not saying you got a price
Yeah,
gouge.
but
Just if he wants to see Pete up in space, he's gonna have to pay for. Granted, this is a 10-minute flight, but you can get a lot worked out in 10 minutes if you guys really talk.
he can give me one of those Donda 2 like devices.
The stem player,
The
Oh
stem
my
the
player.
most
God.
expensive stem player ever.
Shut up. It's a cool toy.
It's not a toy; it's a music player.
It's a toy.
Is it the same thing? I don't know. Okay, I thought you'd get a kick out of this because we rag on this dude a lot. I really do think he's just gonna keep winning, and it's not fair.
Apparently.
It's not fair.
Apparently.
All right, so we're going to talk. This is the last thing. Face Off director John Woo, who is a personal favorite of mine. Has anybody here seen Face Off?
Face
The movie
Nicolas-
Face
Off.
The Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. Face Off. That's it.
Broken Arrow?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, he's a master of action movies, right?
Okay.
He also did Mission Impossible too. Face Off director John Woo begins filming dialogue-free action movie.
That sounds pretty hot.
Isn't that cool?
That sounds pretty hot.
A movie with no action or with no dialogue called Silent Night. So it says legendary action filmmaker John Woo has begun filming his next feature, Silent Night, an action flick that will have absolutely no dialogue whatsoever. Woo took to social media to announce the filming of Silent Night has begun, posting it posting it must be said pretty peaceful looking image considering the action pedigree of the director, alongside the caption, "First day of shooting Silent Night with Joel Kinnaman." Joel Kinnaman played Rick Flag in the Suicide Squad. He's also from the show The Killing. If anybody's seen The Killing, it's based on an old Danish series. It's very, very good. I believe it is on... If it's not on Hulu, it's on Amazon Prime, but it's on one of them. But it's a really good watch. So Silent Night will be led by Run All Night and the Suicide Squad star Joel Kinnaman, who plays a normal, regular, everyday father who is dragged into the criminal underworld where he embarks on a revenge mission following the death of his son. I love it already. It's like Liam Neeson, but without the 30 extra years on him.
Or dialogue.
Or the dialogue, which is all of it. Which means there's probably gonna be scenes where like that he wants to deliver like a cool one-liner after killing someone, but then they gotta refrain from doing the cool one-liner.
It's all just grunting then.
And musical score and stuff. So it'd be funny if like there's music with lyrics that they use to tell you what's going on.
There should be a line.
The last, there's one line at the very end of the movie. That would actually be really awful. They shouldn't do that. While the plot sounds like the typical action movie fare and should be perfect for both Woo and Kinnaman, the real hook for Silent Night is the fact that the feature will film no dialogue whatsoever, none. But considering the synopsis, Silent Night is unlikely to be anything but silent, with John Woo no doubt using the sounds of bullets firing and fist breaking faces to tell the story instead. I love it. Silent Night marks Woo's return to Hollywood following an absence of almost 2 decades. His last venture was the action outing Paycheck, starring Ben Affleck and Uma Thurman. Based on the Philip K. Dick short story, Paycheck followed Affleck as Michael, a reverse engineer who suddenly finds himself pursued on charges of murder and treason, suffering from amnesia. So, very cool. I never saw Paycheck, so I can't give any such review on that one. It was sadly met with negative reviews upon release, and Woo has not made a Hollywood project since. So, but he's still done plenty of stuff with cinema in Japan. So it says instead the Hong Kong, did I say Japan? I meant the Hong Kong filmmaker, has focused on projects across the pond, including the likes of Red Cliff Part 1 and 2, Reign of Assassins, The Crossing 2, and Manhunt. Woo is best known for helming such superb action flicks as Face Off, Mission Impossible 2, The Killer, Bullet to the Head, and Hard Boiled. Like I said, I prefer Broken Arrow. If John Woo returns was not already enough to have you excited for Silent Night, 4 producers with ties to the John Wick franchise are also on board. That's kind of like it doesn't really matter if they're producing what they've previously produced. That doesn't mean the movie's going to be any good, but I do have faith for something like this. I'd like to see this get made, and if it does well, more creative ideas like this.
This sounds awesome. The movie.
So we will see. I am excited for that one. I just wanted to make mention of it because it just seems like a really cool idea to me. Anybody else? Would you like that? You like action movies, don't you?
Yeah, but I feel like they already made something like this already.
I don't think so. I mean, if it not at least not recently.
Dead Silent is almost similar to this premise.
When did it come out?
I can search it up
Yeah.
for you.
If Dead, so there's. Well, also I guess we got, what was it? A Quiet Place.
also.
But that's like part of the script. I don't know if necessarily that's supposed to be part of the script in the movie. It just so happens that there's no dialogue. Whereas in A Quiet Place, it was an actual function of the plot of the movie that they couldn't talk.
Hold on. Dead Silent. That original Scary Movie came out in 2007 with the puppets.
So it wasn't live action?
Well, no,
I've never
it's a
heard of
live
it.
action. So basically, the movie is about this guy, like him and his girlfriend are about to have a baby, but then all of a sudden, a box appeared in his front door, and it's like a ventriloquist dummy.
Mhm.
You know, the original ones that always like scare you in like scary movies. And basically, like he was like, "Oh, why is there a dummy here?" And then like his girlfriend got killed, like her tongue was pulled out.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like a lore within his family because
Wait, so there was no talking during this?
so basically the whole thing is like you're not supposed to scream when the ghost shows up.
But they're still talking. There's still dialogue.
Here and there. But then Dead Silent, the other movie that I was talking about, the action one, I need to look for it.
Well, I'm just saying, so the one you're talking about was a horror movie where they can't yell. That's similar to A Quiet Place where they can't scream.
Yeah, they can't scream.
Yeah, so
And
okay.
then, where's the other one? Dead Silence. It says 1997.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
I don't know. Like,
it
there's
doesn't-
so many movies called Dead Silence.
Yeah, it's a pretty common name. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool premise. So I'm excited to
Yeah, I
see
like
that
it.
one. Yep. So that is it. That is all I had. That wasn't even really going to be a segment. That I just thought it was a cool idea, and I would like to see where that goes.
Are you
going
going to reenact Face Off with Andy now?
Yes, we will reenact Face Off.
Nice.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes. So yes, thank you, Dane. Thank you
No problem.
for coming. We had to re-record a segment, you guys. Miracle ruined the show.
I did. Well, yeah, technically. I said a word that wasn't YouTube safe.
Yes, it wasn't friendly, so we had to re-record a segment. But Dane was brave enough to stay on board.
Brave
and
enough.
Stunning and brave enough.
Thank you.
To stay on board and film the last segment with us, and I got to talk about the movie I wanted to see, and I got to ruin your day with Pete Davidson and make you
Fun.
see him living his best life while we're out here just not being in space like him.
I'm living a good life.
We're living good lives. We're just not going to outer space.
That's fine.
That's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Miracle doesn't want to go to outer space. I want to go to outer space.
We
I
don't
do.
know, we don't know about our oceans.
What? Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, because the same.
Dane's face says everything. Like, what are you talking about?
Sorry, we don't know that much about our oceans, but we know more about space than anything.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I don't know.
Thank you.
So
for that.
I rather like drown in water than suffocate up in the air.
I don't want to do either. I'd rather just stay alive.
Now I'm trying to think what I'd rather.
What would you?
I think it's space just because it's more novel.
Oh yeah, true. Well, how would you go? Would you like die of a black hole? Would you suffocate?
Well, you see-
Wow, no, a black hole would pull you like atom by atom. That
Yeah.
would be very painful.
That would be very painful.
Mhm.
This is a disturbing way to end the
Yeah.
show.
Sorry,
I like
sorry.
it. I like it.
It's the same.
Sorry,
like it.
because like worst case scenarios. I don't know. Think about this, Pete
I
Davidson.
choose to have a long, happy life, so
Mhm.
that's where I'm going with this.
Same.
Think
All right,
about this, Pete Davidson. You might die in space.
I mean, I don't know how safe those missions are.
It could be 100% safe if this
No
is like
way.
the fourth
There's no way they
mission.
can be 100% safe.
Oh,
But,
no. If it's like the fourth mission, like compared to like other times.
well, yeah, I mean, like I'm sure the first one they were like, maybe it goes
Yeah.
wrong, but since then, but I'm sure nothing's 100% safe.
No.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.